The February earthquake was an enormous natural disaster, causing nearly 60,000 confirmed deaths in Turkey and Syria, most of them in Turkey. Structural engineering professor Robert Dowell arrived about 2 weeks later in Adana in southern Turkey, not far from the epicenter.
The length of rupture of that 7.8 earthquake was the same as the distance from San Diego all the way to Santa Barbara.
Dowell was part of a reconnaissance team of engineers there to report on the quake and the damage to structures. He says the magnitude of the Turkey quake was roughly the same as the 1906 San Francisco earthquake. Though Downey was not there for the Turkey quake, he did feel the temblor's biggest aftershock following his first day in the field. He and the team had gone out to a well-known kebab restaurant in Adana.
We had had some appetizers, and then my first kebab in Turkey was placed in front of me. Just then, before my first bite, the building started swaying. And it was a magnitude 6.4 earthquake.
He said the waiters and other staff looked terrified after what they had witnessed 2 weeks before. Everybody fled the building, though Dowell did later return to finish his kebab. Dowell says the devastation seen in Turkey could have been prevented with modern earthquake design.
If you took all of those tens of thousands of buildings that collapsed in Turkey and put them on base isolation before the earthquake, not one of them would have collapsed.
Base isolation design means the foot of the building is not fastened to the ground. That lets the building either slide as the ground moves beneath it or, as in this case, it rocks slightly as the ground moves. Dowell was once a bridge design engineer with Caltrans. He says bridges can also have base isolation, where the top of the bridge shifts as the lower structure moves with the earth. But Dowell admits the latest earthquake design is expensive and Turkey is not a rich country. Dowell says his Turkish colleagues pointed out to him that poor funding and official corruption often result in the use of weak building materials and poor engineering.
Like I said, these materials, weak materials, concrete with 1/5 of the concrete compression strength that it should have, rebar that sometimes isn't deformed and other things, and ties, details of reinforcement not closely spaced like they should be.
Dowell says one bit of good news about the earthquake: with all the devastation to buildings in Turkey, many bridges were also damaged, but not one of them collapsed. Thomas Fudge, KPBS News.